I want to check out Bisley because he's been putting out a lot of content. He put this out like yesterday. Well, he put it out a couple hours ago. And he does like the nakey jakey kind of green screen stuff, but he's got someone that does really good lighting for him, so it looks really good.
You know, I've always wondered if I lived in Fallout, would I be willing to do what it takes to survive? I mean, in a world like this full of mutants and other weird things, you'd probably have to get pretty weird yourself if you wanted to live. Like, what if you were really hungry, looking around your house for food, but all you could find were a bunch of carrots?
Yeah, it's like the framing as well. The framing of the background, so it all actually has consistency. That's a really good detail.
And there's so many goddamn... If you don't eat something soon, you'll probably die. So really, it's a choice between survival and starvation. And if you had to make that choice, what would you be willing to do? Cannibalism! Pretty universally considered bad. Even...
It is quite bad. Cannibalism gave one of the worst diseases ever known to mankind. You guys heard of Kuru? You might talk about it in this. You know Dead Island? Dead Island was based off Kuru. What is it? It's not a virus, is it? It's a prion. Yeah, it's a prion. Prions are scary. It's like bacteria can be killed. Hand sanitizer. Viruses can't be killed because they're not alive. You can break them down and denature them. Washing your hands also helps. Prions are like in your brain. Like, I don't think we actually have ever been able to cure a prion. That's like mad cow disease when they were feeding cows to cows. It's like mulch. And then they develop prions. It's like a prion. I don't think it's an infection. It's basically a misfolded brain protein. So it can happen to anyone randomly. It's not really very common. Can prions be cured? No. Yeah, Jakob disease is mad cow disease, I'm pretty sure. I think. Creutzfeldt Jakob disease. Yeah, prions are scary, man. Like, everyone goes on about the Last of Us fungus and like viruses, but no, prions are the scary ones. Types of prions. We're doing a science lesson here, guys. Listen closely. Jakob disease. What is the... It is mad cow disease, isn't it? Yeah, misfolded proteins called prions. So it's not an infection, it's literally just your own brain. And it's like, I don't want to do that anymore. How do you get...
Folded proteins, just unfold them SMH.
Unfold them? That's a good idea, actually. We can cure it. They're common... Sporadically no known cause, genetic mutations, accidental medical transmission. Oh, from surgical tools? Ah, there we go. Yeah. Or by eating contaminated beef from cows with BSE. So BSE turns into CJD. It's not contagious. But if you look at Kuru, that's when people were like eating the brains of their family members. It was like a ritual thing to learn their knowledge. You never eat a human brain. Do not do that. Like, that is a speed run to getting a prion. Kuru is a rare, fatal neurodegenerative disease caused by infectious misfolded proteins. Let's have a look. Oh! The night mode. The night mode. Where is it? 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 There it is. Thank God. Oh, Jesus. It was found in Papua New Guinea. Yeah, that's Dead Island was set in Papua New... Wait. Where is Dead Island 1 set? Isn't it Papua New Guinea? It's Benoi. Oh, it's just off Papua New Guinea. Okay. So it's a fictional island. But this was a real thing, and this is what's based off the virus in Dead Island, even though it's not a virus, it's a prion. Tremors, loss of coordination, neurodegeneration... bursts of laughter. So it's kind of like rabies. Just kills your brain slowly. Deceased family members would be cooked and eaten. It would help free the spirit. Women and children usually ate the brain, where infectious prions were most concentrated, therefore were more commonly affected. So you can eat a person, that's fine. Just don't eat their brain. The outbreak likely started when a villager developed sporadic Jakob disease and died. When villagers ate the brain. Oh, I see. So one person randomly got it, that's scary, by the way. You can just develop a prion for no reason. It just happens. Very, 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 very low chance, but it can just happen. I mean, you can, I mean, there's other aspects of it, you know, like neurodegeneration. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's so many ways you can get neurodegeneration. It's like if you drink too much alcohol, you can actually get a form of Alzheimer's from it. It's how the Smash Mouth guy died. Smash Mouth singer died. Alcoholism. Liver failure. He's liver disease, but no, it was something else. There we go. Wernicke's encephalopathy. Brain condition, B1 deficiency, heavy alcohol misuse. Yeah, so that's neurodegenerative as well. That's not a prion though. Yeah, so that's like you drink so much, you actually deprive your brain of vitamin B1, so it just starts to shut down. It's like people that do nangs or whippets or like NOS canisters. You know the little laughing gas thing? That deprives your brain of B12, and that can put you in a wheelchair because your brain just stops talking to its spine, and there's no way to reverse that. Cannibalism. So it wasn't even because they ate the brains. It's because one guy randomly developed a prion out of nowhere, and then people ate the brain, and it got passed on to them. So it just spread. Disease of the nervous system, ataxia, loss of coordination. It literally is rabies. They cooked and consumed body parts of their family members following their death to incorporate the body of the dead person into the bodies of the living relatives, thus helping free the spirit. Because infectious prions are particularly concentrated in the brain.
I like this stream. Reminds me of the fact that I am on my 3rd year of biotechnology and I will use my power to find the funny Last of Us mushrooms and make inflation zombies for you.
Thank you, sad Swedish man, for the 10. Please do that. The primary consumers of the brain matter have a much higher likelihood of being infected than men who typically consume the muscle. Yep, so long story short, you can eat people, that's fine. Just don't eat their brain.
Even in the Fallout universe, where morality isn't necessarily top in that priority list, even the people who are willing to kill and steal to survive generally understand that you probably shouldn't eat a guy, even if he looks like really tasty, even if he's wearing a hot dog costume. I'm gonna be wearing a hot dog costume.
I love the political debates that break out about New Vegas. How everyone's saying Caesar's Legion are bad, but then if you side with NCR, you're basically just like a complete pussy. Dude, I'm streaming and I'm getting a commission at the same time. What I just got sent as a sketch, that's fucking good.
Look forward to that. But still, even if universally
we're past the era of clip farming, I'm not showing it.
Looked down upon, that does not stop some people from doing it anyway. There are multiple different groups of man munchers across the Fallout universe, and I want to talk about 3 specific instances of them across 3 different games. The first one from Fallout 3, the best one from...
I barely remember the cannibals in Fallout 3. Oh, wasn't it like a random encounter or something?
Fallout New Vegas, and one really interesting example from probably the last game
Thank you, Matthew, for the 2.
in the series you would ever expect me to talk about. Each one of these examples is vastly different from the other, with some people just doing what they got to do to survive, and others who see it as a delicacy for only the most refined palate. Yeah, I got my pinky up. I'm fancy. And even though they're different, each one of them shows a unique corner in the incredible Fallout world. Anyway, the first example from Fallout 3 is in a town called Andale. A small town stuck in time pretending everything is normal. Not really much of a town necessarily. It's just a couple
he's running mods. It's not authentic.
people living in the 3 houses that were left after...
No, I do remember this family, yeah. I do remember this family. Because I remember the guy's... He's wearing the scare shirt. I remember that. Thank you, Scion, for the 5. Look up Jonathan. He had experimental treatment. Also, don't eat nerve tissue. It also has prions.
left after
For more facts, look up FFI. I'm not doing that. I don't trust you.
this little suburban neighborhood got hit with a big nuke to the face. I immediately knew something was wrong here because the first person I talked to was this old man living in the smallest house on the block. And he tried his best to convince me to leave as fast as possible.
What? How? How did you get in here? What are you doing in this town?
I swear, I forget in this quest. I think there's a... Oh, that's right. If you pick the cannibalism perk in Fallout 3, you can basically just say, yeah, you guys are okay. And then they immediately realize you're a cannibal and it's like, oh, we won't kill you.
Get out! Get out while you can!
Claiming that all the people who lived here were evil and crazy.
Thank you, V-dubs, for the 6. I've done the shopping, washed dishes, and smoked a joint. And you're still react-andying, you bum.
He said
The guy bragging about smoking a joint, calling me a bum award. That award, that's an amazing award to have.
that if I didn't believe him,
I'm not showing the commission.
I should look in
Someone,
the basement
$100 and I show it.
or in the shed for proof.
Like, actually, just trying to make money back. It's like get a commission, then it's like, wait a minute, how do I make this money back now?
I went to the main house to meet these crazy people that he was talking about, and they really didn't seem that strange at first.
Yeah, his lighting is so good though in these videos, genuinely. Because you can do a green screen anywhere. But he's obviously got it set up in After Effects or something, so it always fits. Because Fallout always had that kind of like brown filter. I mean, he's running mods that make it look nicer, but yeah.
Why does everybody keep looking at me like that? These people aren't crazy. These are just God-fearing Americans who think the best thing a man can do is vote, and the only thing worse than a super mutant is a Democrat.
We didn't vote for any beatnik liberal commies, that's for sure.
What's so eerie about them is how they seem to act like everything is fine, and they put on this clear act of calm. Or maybe it's not
What is wrong with his face? Is he trying to look smacks? He's got like those things that people use to pin their eyes back to make them look bigger.
an act, but it's definitely creepy. Now, this other house across the street is just the same layout of house, but flipped, and instead of a basement, they have a shed in the back. Both the basement and the shed are locked
He's red-pilled. Well, he does eat a lot of red meat.
and require a key. So I figured I'd just poke around a little.
Wait, is it very hard or is it just needs a key?
Both the basement and the shed
Oh, it's very hard.
are locked and require a key. So I figured I'd just poke around a little bit more, look for the key, and then see.
Show the commission, you inflated bum. Also to whoever said I am loaded in chat. Yes,
Fuck's sake.
I am.
I shouldn't have said that.
Show us the commission, Pyro.
I just got $200 to show it. For fuck's sake. Okay, I've actually got to ask the artist. I've got to ask the artist because I don't want to like fucking.
Down
I don't want to show it if they don't want it to be shown.
the basement at night.
Fuck's sake! You weren't meant to give the money, moron. Thank you, Swedish man, for the $100. Thank you, Overmind, for the that's
Now, if you
so
look-
bad. That's so bad,
Look at the
man.
refrigerator in either of these houses, you will find that it is stacked full of something called strange meat. Something
No, it wasn't. It's not a scam. I'm waiting for a reply. Shut up. I'll show it after the video.
that the old man's fridge does not contain. I asked the man's wife what he thought about all of this stuff, and she just kind of said that no one ever asks her opinion on anything, and then kind of just behaved like a mindless drone.
Oh, well, no one ever asks me my opinion about anything, but I love it here.
She didn't have the key on her either, so odds are it was with the big guy. I asked her and pretty much everyone else in the town about the old man who had told me everyone was crazy, but every one of them just kind of laughed it off. Though the wife did accidentally let slip that this was her dad.
I do remember that woman as well in the cannibal town. Because I remember playing it as a kid on the Xbox 360 and I was like, that woman is like way too nicely dressed. She looks like she's from the Matrix or something.
And keyword was, because he wasn't her dad, according to her, after she got married. Like, after she got married, he stopped being her dad. I also talked to the son, and he said he's gonna have to marry the little girl across the street, which he does not seem very interested in, mostly because he's pretty sure that's his cousin. Not exactly sure how this all lines up, but they are definitely keeping it.
Why does he look 55? Looks like a shrunken down Tony Soprano.
In the family over on this side. He also said some crazy shit about how he doesn't normally get to talk to the new people because his dad will take care of them before he gets to.
Okay, I got permission. The entire bit was you were fuck's sake. Wait. How do you save a... Okay. Nah, I baited. I'm not showing it. I baited.
I've never got a chance to talk to the new
I baited. I'm not showing it.
people.
Dad always takes care of them before I get a chance.
There wasn't much else to find in the town, so I decided to wait until nightfall when I could go in and steal the key. But while we wait, I can tell you about this video's sponsor, ZocDoc.
Okay, no, he's doing a sponsor. Yep, there you go. Okay, there you go. That's it. That's it. That's all you're seeing. That's all you're seeing. That's all you're seeing. Get your clip farms in. That's all you're seeing. Okay, okay, yeah, okay.
/Bisley.
I saw the ad and it set me
Use
off,
my link.
okay?
That's important. Thank you so much to ZocDoc for sponsoring this video. Once nighttime came, I snuck into the house and...
That's it. Not showing. No, he said $100. I didn't say how long it had to be on there.
into the room where I could steal the key.
You were sent 200 from 2 different people, and I thank you so much for that money. Easiest money I made in my life. Now I can commission more art. Thank you.
I took it and went downstairs towards the basement. Bodies strung up on meat hooks. More fridges full of this strange meat that we've now confirmed belonged to these people. Some of the bodies in here were raiders, but others, like this one...
Guys, can we stop talking about the art, please? We're trying to watch a really well-produced Fallout video here.
Are just labeled as settlers. So they don't eat bad people or people who would cause them harm. They just eat people. Who you are has nothing to do with how you taste, I guess. They really just see you as meat. Yeah,
No, don't set it as your fucking wallpaper, man.
Terrible. I don't know why they would ever just see you like that. Coming up from the basement, the people crowded around me as
I remember this group would sell you mystery meat as well. I think they're the only traders in the game that sell you mystery meat. Well, it's obviously human meat. Thank you, Krupp, for the $33. Put the commission on the bottom left corner of the screen. I am not doing that.
I walk.
No, you got your clips in. You got your clips in. I shown it. I made my promise. That's it.
Out of the house to confront me about all my sneaking around.
Oh, here we go.
Hey there, stranger. I've got
Is there a speech check you can do, or is it just the cannibalism perk?
something that I want to talk to you about. I couldn't help but notice that you're poking around in my basement. So, be honest now. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Do your bit. No. I would never do that.
Whoops.
I would never do that ever to you. Now, there's a few ways this can play out.
Oh, you do have the speech check. Yeah, speech in Fallout 3 was so weird. It was like, it would show, it's like speech 40. Oh, he's got a mod on, I think, that's emulating New Vegas. But speech was always a percentage check, dude. I was such a scumbag playing it on the 360. I put no points into speech, so I'd have like a 3% chance, and I'd just keep reloading the save until it passed.
You can tell them that you're cool.
And then obviously in New Vegas, unless you had a specific skill threshold, like 30 barter, 40 speech, you know, you couldn't actually, it wasn't even random chance. It'd just be a failure.
With it, and that you don't judge.
That's 40%. No, I think it's similar to New Vegas there, but in the original Fallout 3, like unmodded, it was a percentage.
And they'll leave you be. But in most other cases, whether you act squeamishly about it or boldly judge their choices, the father will adamantly try and defend his position that he was just trying to provide for his family. That they had to do this, else they would have died. Just putting food on the table. And in most circumstances...
And then 4 made it bad again. Yeah, 4 dialogue options were terrible. It was just yes, no, sarcastic.
This conversation will end with them trying to kill you and probably eat you. My favorite line that he says was like, if you really...
Was that the shish kebab he was using? It's like a really good weapon.
Go hard into him and...
Are the iguana bits human meat? No. No, they're just iguana bits. But they sell you mystery meat.
Judge him, he just goes, honey, get the ketchup.
No, friend. I'm afraid that we can't let you leave. Get the ketchup, Linda.
How are you eating dude with ketchup? You better eat me sauceless. If you're gonna eat me, I better go sauceless or I'm pissed. I wonder what sauce would pair best with me. I'm thinking of Dijon. What do we think? Oh, we're in pinky up territory.
So you're telling me they've been surviving on people for like years and years and they never ate the brain? They knew about prions?
Now. Oh, we're getting fancy with the Dijon. They're not very hard to kill, especially if you have a big flame sword that leaves their bodies burning until the morning light. If you go and talk to the old man before you leave, he'll tell you
What do you mean the profile picture? What are you talking about?
that his plans are to take the children and raise them a little.
What's the profile picture? Oh man, did you set it as your pick? Get that Una guy out. $5 as well. Get him
No
out.
better than the
Get him out. It was 2 frames, man.
cannibals might have. You know, under better values. Like, don't
Saying address me is wild. Saying address me is absolutely vile behavior, by the way.
eat people. He also tells us that Andale, this town, was founded by 4 families over 200 years ago. So there was definitely some inbreeding going on here. My guess is that the whole, like, your father stopped
Address the elephant. I already commissioned it. I don't need to address
being your
it.
father once you get married is their weird way of getting around, like, marrying people you're related to. And maybe the years of inbreeding and cannibalism are what drove them mad to believe that everything was completely normal, and that's why they were acting that way. The grandfather,
They might actually have brain prions, unironically.
though, will hopefully take better care of the children and not make them marry their cousin. It's not a huge encounter. It doesn't have the most depth, but I mean, that's Fallout 3 for you.
Yeah. I mean, it makes a good point there. Most of the side quests, they can have a happy outcome. Because I swear in New Vegas, it was a bit more kind of like every choice has consequences. But in Fallout 3, it was always like objectively good and then objectively bad. Thank you, Ashley, for the 6. Address the subreddit. There was nothing funny on there. There'll be nothing funny on there now.
If you want something a little more
I'm not checking that Reddit again. Unless there's like good quality stuff on there, I'm not checking it again.
nuanced, with maybe an endless, overwhelming amount of ways that it can go, paths that you can take, then you might have to wander out west towards the Mojave. And look into my second example of cannibals from the Fallout series.
I really gotta watch season 2 of the Fallout show. Really gotta watch that.
In Fallout New Vegas. And there I was.
How many years is Fallout season 2 set after New Vegas? Not even that long. So there might actually be some characters. I mean, I haven't kept up with season 2 at all. That's not a long stretch of time.
It's just a little strip walking down the strip. I bought this costume
It would make you hate it. They fumbled it so hard. I was kind of worried about that, honestly.
just to say that. When I saw a sizzling sight, the Ultra Lux Casino, the classiest, most high-end establishment in all of the
He's become bacon.
wasteland, the pinky-uppest territory there is. But little did I know, inside, there would be some greasy characters. Pun number 3. I baconed my way inside, that's nothing, and lost all my money at the blackjack table before I started the quest. I don't know what happened. I blacked out and it was gone. Okay, how about if
I love in this game, if you win too much money, they kick you out.
Didn't you say in your latest videos that you were gonna review the Reddit and Discord? Come on, Mr. Slopman, you have to give the people what they want.
Well, the Reddit's got nothing good on it, man. It is
Neil,
terrible.
as someone who's been enjoying your main channel videos since Fat Cry, what the fuck? I'm worried for not only your mental health but your penis's structural integrity, please. Stop commissioning art and check into the porn rehab that Lakari is in.
I tell a good joke, then you...
Okay, can I be real for a second? That's the first piece of art I've commissioned in like a week, okay? So it's really not... I don't have that much of a problem.
have to give me my money back, okay?
But yeah, I was going to say, I like how in New Vegas, if you win too much money at the casino, they just kick you out. They just ban you. Because it would just become a money printer.
I got it. So, how did the bacon pay for college? Strip. The quest actually starts over here at the bar, where you meet a man named Heck Gunderson. Heck is the biggest Brahmin rancher in the area, and if you don't know what a Brahmin is, totally fair, I get it. It's like a cow, but it looks like that.
I didn't even know until like 10 years later that you can tip Brahmin in Fallout. If you crouch and then press interact, you actually push them over. Thank you, Pyrocynical, for the 19 months. When is the Mr. Beast main channel video? What would I do with Mr. Beast?
I feel like calling
What would I do?
him a rancher was a pretty easy giveaway, and you probably should have put those clues together and drawn that conclusion yourself. But hey, I won't fry you for it. I'm gonna stop doing that. Ed Gunderson is here on business with the white.
I haven't taken heroin for a week. I'm not addicted. Okay, I think commissioning fat art and heroin are two very different things.
Glove Society, the group that runs this hotel and controls all the food distribution in the area. Well, while here on business, his son has gone missing.
That's right. I remember this quest as well.
He wants our help to go and find him. Now, just a quick little side note here before I go into how I tackled this mission. Fallout New Vegas is not like other video games. There are a ton of different ways that you can tackle this mission specifically. Now, the possibilities are not endless necessarily, but sometimes it really does feel like that. There's so much depth and variation in the different choices you can make, and some of the choices are blocked by a level gap. You'll see bits of this through my experience of it, but just know that there are multiple.
I'm surprised how much extra dialogue there is if you get a quest and you ask around the area for like extra info and stuff. They've just wrote so many lines of dialogue for it.
Ways that this can go that even I won't be able to show in this video. I told Heck I would help him find his son and began investigating the area. Hopefully he would give me some money in return. I have truly lost everything at the blackjack table.
No, because like it's a play on words, because like bacon strip, like you have a strip of bacon, and also you can take off your clothes for money.
They take away all your weapons as soon as you walk into the casino, so you really don't have much to work with here.
Can't you sneak a gun into the casinos? I think if your sneak is high enough, I forget. There's certain guns you can bring in, like the 22 LR, the silence pistol with the inbuilt suppressor.
Unless
I think you can bring some guns in.
you steal your weapons back from the safe, or you just steal things from the people here. I didn't end up stealing my weapons back or anything. I played it cool and went up to the guy who seemed to be in charge named Mortimer. I asked him if he had any work that I could help with, and he said,
No.
God, I want to play New Vegas now.
Oh, not from the likes of you, I'm afraid.
okay, why the fuck would you say that? Could've just said no. He told me he was not in charge, in fact, and that I should go to talk to someone named Marjorie. I went and found her, talked to her for a little bit, and what she said just kind of blew me away. These people are self-reporting like crazy around here.
This again? I thought this was all settled. I answered every one of that investigator's questions to his satisfaction and gave all the help I could. For the last time, the White Glove Society has never and will never consume human flesh for any reason.
I just vaguely asked about a missing
That is so clever how the clerk there is just the most, like, disheveled looking woman. Like, she's so sick of it.
person,
Guys, we stopped eating people a while ago. Come on, let it go.
and then she just assumed I was talking about a completely different missing person, and then insisted, oh, we don't eat people, we don't eat people, we don't do that around here. Bro, no one asked if you ate him. I just wanted to know if...
Is that fucking train again? What? It's fucking midnight. Why are you spamming the horn? Like, emote spamming on the fucking tracks.
If you've seen him. I didn't consider he'd be in your belly. It never came to mind. Did you eat him?
Yes.
I didn't want to give away my suspicions just yet, so I just kept, playing it cool, And I asked if I could talk to the other investigator who was investigating...
Typical UK cuisine. Yeah, a Greg's steak bake is definitely made out of people. Like, at least 50% people.
the first missing person. Before I did that, though, I just poked my head into the kitchen to see what I could find. I figured if they were talking about eating him, then if they were gonna prepare him somewhere, it probably would have been in there. I didn't find the body, but what I did find was 2 people cooking entire animals with flamethrowers. Awesome, but also I am trespassing right now, and so all they would need to do is turn around and I would get extra crispy. I apologize. That pun was a relapse, and it is not who I want to be. I've changed, and I'm gonna be different, and I will be good to you and the kids too. And I just look. A boy needs his father. You can't keep me away. I snuck around the 2 cooks.
I genuinely think a normal person would react better to you being on heroin than showing them your commissions.
Question mark?
Yeah, that's valid.
Exclamation point. Grabbed the knife off the table and made my way downstairs. I did get immediately spotted by a person and did not know how to handle the situation, and so I stabbed him.
Wait, what were the options? Were they just both lie? Lie, Mortimer sent me to move the kid. Lie, water main burst upstairs.
I stabbed him to death.
You can literally just pick passing through, by the way. Oh, I'm just passing through. Just a bit of trespassing.
I stabbed him to death. Didn't even really mean to do it, just something that happened. Sometimes you gotta improvise. That's improv, baby. I figured I had already killed him. I might as well strip him and wear his clothes. And it was so cool. I didn't even know this beforehand. This counts as a disguise. Like everyone, if you walk around like this, will believe that you're just one of the White Glove Society. So I put on his clothes and just hoped no one would find his naked body in the hall.
They should have brought that back. Could you imagine if Fallout 4 had something like that? Like you could dress up as a raider, but then there'd be like it'd be like Hitman, where there'd be like you know, some of the higher ranked raiders would be able to see through you because they kind of know everyone, that kind of thing. I think that'd be such a cool mechanic.
And I pressed on.
I remember playing New Vegas the first time. I put on the Powder Ganger outfit, and I
Have you watched the Fallout show?
I went to
Also, you
Good
should
Springs and they all
totally
shot me.
play Viva New Vegas on Stream Easy Mod Pack install.
Have you watched the Fallout show? I watched all of season 1 and the first episode of season 2. Viva New Vegas.
On.
It's a mod pack. Okay. Thank you, Gaming Hub, for the 10.
I walked down the hall and found a bunch of wine that had been left out, as well as the head chef who I met, and he is very mean to me.
Why are you standing still? Do you think the world waits for you while you stand there drooling?
I didn't find anything else though, so I just left back upstairs to go check in on the...
If you play as a gay person in New Vegas, by the way, like, it is actually the easiest way to win. There are so many gay characters in that game, it's unreal. If you play as a guy and then you pick the Bachelor perk, there are so many ways to avoid confrontation, being like, yeah, I like penis. And then immediately they're like, oh, of course, come right in.
Investigate. Mortimer gave me the room number of the head investigator and asked if I had made any breaks in the case. And I thought this was my chance to get a little devious, mischievous even. And so
just like real life. And your profile picture is Commander Shepard from Mass Effect.
Lied. And I said yes. I thought...
Well, there's way more male characters in New Vegas than female characters, so the Bachelor perk is actually better. It's actually better to play as a guy.
But if they were
that's gay.
Cannibals, this would surely make them show their hand. I could have tried...
And then you can also pick... you can pick the perk to talk to the opposite sex, which makes your character bisexual, and... that is very bad because it's the stigma that bisexual people are greedy because it's 2 perk slots.
To convince him that I was actually cool with all of them eating people, but I didn't have the cannibal perk that you could actually get in this game, so I just assumed it probably wouldn't have worked. I haven't actually tried to play this quest as a cannibal, but I bet you there's a whole path for that as well. I went up to the investigator's room only to find him dead on the floor, and 2 members of the White Glove Society rushing in behind me to come and kill me too. Luckily, I had stolen a knife, so I just stabbed them too. Definitely feeling less bad about killing that guy in the basement.
Beer can in Britain sounds like bacon. What the fuck are you talking about?
Now, on the investigator's body, there was a matchbook that had a note written on it.
Is his cat a turtle shell cat?
To meet
That's crazy.
somebody in the steam room at 4 p.m. At this point, it was like the middle of the night, and even though this guy was technically dead, he still owns the bed, so I had to stand there and wait for 16 hours.
No, you can't sleep in the bed. The rotting corpse owns it.
And then I headed to the steam room where I met this guy. You can talk to this guy at the beginning of the quest in the lobby, where he doesn't really have much to say, but now he's got a whole lot to say.
The White Glove Society strictly forbids eating humans. But we weren't always the White Glove Society.
They were a bunch of tribals, weren't they? Different tribes or something like that? Like raiders almost? And then they all got bound together by house, I think? I forget the lore a bit.
Mortimer and some of the others have regressed to the old ways.
Just to summarize his little lore dump here, basically, not all of the White Glove Society are cannibals. Oops. But Mortimer is trying to bring the practice back within the organization. Not as a means of survival, but of luxury. He sees human meat as the pinnacle of
They were a cannibal tribe.
Food, and has been slowly kidnapping people who wouldn't be missed here and there to eat them. But
What's a turtle shell cat? Yeah, they're like brown and black. They got like really cool camos.
recently he's gotten sloppy, kidnapping Heck Gunderson's son, a very high-profile person here in the Strip, and he plans to feed his son to the rest of the White Glove Society without their knowledge as the way to win them over. There are a few different
normal behavior
ways you can choose to handle him from here, but I chose to go back down into the basement and kill the head chef. Not just because he was mean to me earlier and made me feel bad, but because he had been slowly perfecting this recipe that would be a good substitution for human meat that I was going to prepare.
It's over. They're bringing Beyond Burgers back into New Vegas. It's over.
For myself. I stole the recipe off his body, but apparently I was too stupid to follow it. And so I did what any sane person does. I took drugs to make me temporarily smarter so
there's a mod that adds animations for taking stuff? That's sick.
that I
Thank you, Shutter, for the 3. Would you try Octopath Traveler? If that's an anime game, probably not.
Could cook it. I made the dish and then I called in the head waiter to serve it to the people. I opened the freezer to find Ted Gunderson, who was thankfully still alive, and I convinced him to come with me. And then I snuck us both into the room where Mortimer thought he was serving Ted to the entire organization and waited for him to deliver his speech.
As a society, we've endeavored to sample the finest food and drink the world has to offer. But we are living a lie. There is a meat sweeter than the most corn-fed livestock.
Geeked up playing
Tonight,
Xbox all
for
day.
the first time as a society, you are sampling that very dish.
Once he's done talking, you can jump out and reveal to everyone that they have not been eating human meat and that Mortimer has exposed himself.
Well, they wouldn't hear because when you speak to someone in Fallout 3 in New Vegas, the entire world stops, so they wouldn't have heard that.
And you know, I think after my little aha moment there,
I think it was Skyrim to first introduce that. When you talk to someone, the game actually keeps going. That was like insane back when Skyrim came out. That was like game changing. And they also had dialogue as well in Skyrim where like characters would talk over each other like it was an actual argument. It just felt a lot more fluid.
I really convinced everyone how terrible cannibalism truly is. I really got through to them by exposing the evil in their organization here. And so, to thank me, they all got up and tried to kill me in an angry mob. I don't know if I did something wrong here, or why they did that. I kind of thought I was gonna be cheered on like a hero, but they chased me for a while. Then the mob got bigger. Every time I ran past more guards, they would join. They started to look like ants more so. Maybe they were always gonna kill me, but like, holy shit, man, they're tough. They were
Ain't nobody play Skyrim. We all played Skyrim, come on.
strong.
I was in a bacon costume. Because human meat's tasty.
In numbers. I died so many times just trying to get away. What was I supposed to do here? Did I do this wrong? I didn't even finish the quest. I just ran away. Ted is still following me to this day, right?
If you wear the NCR Ranger armor, are you disguised as NCR?
I haven't touched Fallout 3 since I installed.
Because that's like the best armor in the game.
New Vegas, it's genuinely peak Fallout.
I think the 2 best armor pieces in the game is the Ranger armor and then the Enclave armor.
Right now, I don't know what to do with
Oh, it does disguise you as them? Oh, that's kind of an L.
them. This is just one of the problems with having...
I mean, you've got the Caesar's Legion armor, but it all sucks. It's like, I'm going to wear a skirt and show off my thighs to everyone.
so many options, such open-ended quest design. Sometimes you can just fuck
So I keep that in Scotland, mate. Cheers.
something up and have no idea. Still awesome, though. I think it's so interesting how different the White Glove Society is from the people in Andale. The common ground that they tread, despite the opposite ends of the spectrum they sit on. This is a huge reason why I love this franchise, and specifically its side content.
Great value branded Nakey Jakey. I mean, Nakey Jakey was known for the yoga ball thing. He's obviously been inspired by him, but like, I think fair enough, he's done his own thing. I mean, the opening of this video was actually like, there was lighting, there was actual angling and stuff with the free cam that he used in Fallout 3 to actually make it look like he was in the game. I think stuff like that is sick. Like, you just never see that on YouTube.
And so much. The framework is...
The Desert Ranger armor, which one's that? I want to play New Vegas just to see Ulysses, because I've only seen clips of him. Desert Ranger armor. Oh, it's not really that much of a difference. It's just kind of just a bit more armor. Yeah, Ulysses is basically just ultimate black-pilled man, unironically. It's like everything sucks, both sides suck, we're all gonna die anyways. Apparently, I looked on the wiki, and apparently his face here is a unique model. Like, you can't, in the character customization, you cannot make your character look like this. Someone took his, because apparently his face is it's a helmet or something like that in the game files. Oh yeah, that's what he looks like. That's what he looks like if that's the unique modeled face that they did. And then that's just what he looks like if you take it off. So, like, absolutely mogged, by the way. Absolutely mogged.
So rock solid that you can just focus on telling stories of people within it. Who would you be within this world? And what kind of person can this world create? It's rare to find a game that gives you such a narrative
That's why his mouth can't lip sync. Yeah, because it's just, like, meant to be a placeholder.
playground. And that is what makes these games, to me,
He's looks maxing.
so special.
Look, man, it's the end of the world, but someone had to keep it going.
Now, we've got one more example of cannibalism within the Fallout series, and it's from a game that I initially wrote off and didn't play too much of. I know when you hear this, some of you will be a little turned off. Just remember, I'm going to be wearing a hot dog costume. It's going to be awesome. Just stay tuned. But it is, in fact, Fallout 76. Look at this thing. I mean, come on. You got to stick around for this. When you're going both ways, come on, guys.
I thought he was going to say 4. I don't actually remember any cannibalism in 4 apart from the perk.
This is just funny.
I love Fallout 4. I play it every couple of years. I play it on survival mode because I'm like, I want a challenge. And then a raider throws a Molotov at you. You've got 0.2 seconds to react before the indicator comes up because it explodes on impact. And then you die and lose 40 minutes. It's great.
This is just funny. Yes, the example is from Fallout 76. And hot dog, it's a good one. I lied to you before. People don't change. For those of you who don't know, quick history lesson. Fallout 76 is the multiplayer Fallout game that came out in a not-so-playable state back in 2018.
Could you imagine if it was actually called Fallout 67? That would be brutal.
Since then, though, it's gotten some pretty sizable...
Actually, no, it'd probably get a higher player count.
...updates and has some pretty cool stories within it if you actually go looking for it.
Holy mommy. Put a paper bag over her head, I'm all in.
What made this instance in Fallout 76 so interesting to me, and the reason I wanted to include it in this video, is because this game specifically seems to make some interesting changes to the lore around cannibalism. Specifically, what eating the meat will turn you into. So I was doing the main quest in Fallout 76, which at some point involves exploring the different raider factions around the Appalachia region.
Are there any characters in Fallout in previous games that are in 76? Are there any? I know it's the furthest back in the timeline out of 3 and 4 and New Vegas. But are there any characters? There's not a single one, really. Like, not even any ghouls that live for like hundreds of years. Really, not a single one.
One of the factions here is called the Gourmands, which is known for their immoral choice in meat.
Elder Maxton has a voice. Oh, they added the ghoul. They added the ghoul that Walton Goggins plays in the TV. Yeah. I saw like ads for that.
You can find their old hideout in a place called Bolton.
Yeah, it's set even before Fallout 1, isn't it? It's like 100 years after the bombs dropped or something.
Greens. Originally a private school for all the rich kids, now turned into a big hideout full of meat bags. The Gourmand Raiders seem to have been run off pretty recently by these scorched enemies. It couldn't have been too long ago, given that some of these skeletons left behind still have muscle and fat left on them. I broke into the only locked room in the building and came across the Gourmand's terminal. It details how they got this place, how their leader was a man named Morris Stevens, and how they only had one rule. Don't eat members of the gang. The lowest possible bar. They had one rule. Hey, you can eat people. That's fine. But don't eat your bros. Strict ban on broloni.
Very hard rule to follow. I would fail that in a day.
That one was a stretch. And somehow, even still, the leader, Morris Stevens, he wasn't going to be able to accommodate that. That was just kind of too far of a rule. You know, they're really trying to put a lot of pressure on him, put him in a box. You can't put Morris in a box. He ate one of the guys just walking around, and not even because he was hungry. He just felt like it. All the logs say he was like a fat bastard, just a gluttonous man, slapping his big belly around.
Oh my God, the AI. It's made the hair just look like veins on his head.
It doesn't seem like any of them really are doing this for survival at this point. More almost like it's a culture, a way of life for them.
What's the thumbnail? There's no way it's the fucking art, bro. I've shown it for 2 seconds. There's no way. Yep, nice try.
Anyway, Morris was exiled from the Gourmands and was said to have headed out west. I looked on the map and found a cave.
That's why RAM is $900 to do a fat edit of your friend.
From the entrance.
Thank you, Mama, for the... Please update the Toy House references. Oh, I forgot about that website. Yeah, I need to, like, put, like, a drive link with all the commissions. I don't know. I'll do something. Maybe I turn the alt Twitter account into an 18+ account. I don't know.
As I went inside, enemies crawled out from under the ground and charged towards to attack me. Now, I won't lie to you. I bought up to level 50 so it wouldn't take me months to get strong enough to get in here, and I think I overshot it just a little bit. I kind of one-shot everything in here with a basic shotgun. It was a little disgusting. I would have left my light on so that y'all could see more, but I thought the cave ambience looked cool. So sorry, it's just gonna be dark. My bad. But it looks cool though. I like the pretty lights. I eventually came across this skeleton of a woman with a note laid next to it. Morris hunts people from the road, but he won't share the meat. I've been living off the scraps, but the toenails keep getting caught in my teeth. Don't mind the costume change, I had to film this later. Now he's starting to look at me
in my
strangely,
teeth.
with hunger in his eyes. He's changing. We both are. Question is, who's going to feast first?
This reminds me of Dead Space 3. Thank you, Adrian, for joining. Thank you, Smile Pirates, for the 3 months. They had a thing in Dead Space 3 where there were these people that were trapped in a basement, and then they actually started to... They had to eat the flesh of, like, dead people down there. I think it was cold storage or something. But because of the marker, the flesh was, like, necrotic. Like, it had the virus inside it or whatever it is that activates. I still kind of don't get the transmission in Dead Space, whether it's a virus or not. But obviously the marker just activates it. But basically, they started to go insane. And then they turned into, like, a new kind of necromorph. Like really kind of scrawny and stuff like that.
Given that her skeleton lays here, it's pretty obvious who ate who. And that just leaves Morris, who has turned into what this game is calling a Wendigo.
One tap.
There's a final message left behind by Morris that I'll just let play out for you here.
Edie, darling Edie. Oh, how delicious you were. The
Staying on screen, I'm not going anywhere.
taste of your flesh as it passed down my throat. She's dead. I killed her. I ate her. Oh, no. But I had to. I must eat. So hungry, starving. Need more.
Base cap.
More flesh. More blood. Need more. Find more.
So I did a little research on the Wendigo, and what I found...
I'm really sorry, but that dialogue there, it just reminds me of Pennywise from this one scene.
You are not my father.
Yes, I have.
What have you done with him?
He's like the ultimate rage baiter.
Oh, I ate him.
Oh, I ate him.
Found was that it originally comes from Algonquin folklore. It's described sometimes as a creature that hunts and eats people, and other times as a spirit that will possess a human, causing them to eat other humans. It's said that those who are greedy and gluttonous are more...
No way that's a real scene. Welcome to Derry is so good to watch for Pennywise. Because it's just like, he's just rage baiting the entire time.
Susceptible to being possessed.
It's like he's just perpetually doing a bit for like every situation.
By the spirit of the Wendigo, which...
Are you freak for the 5? Can you make your other Twitter account just a ref account?
This guy definitely was.
I don't know. Maybe.
My theory for why in Fallout canon he would become this creature is that maybe the people...
Oh, I ate him.
He was eating had trace amounts of radiation in their body because the bombs had just dropped recently, and so he was consumed.
Yeah, everyone's contaminated with radiation in Fallout except the people in the vaults. And like as soon as they go outside, they're contaminated immediately.
Consuming all of this flesh.
The irony as well that like your dad, Sean, in Fallout 4, he dies of cancer. I think it is, right? Like a very aggressive form. And he was basically a pure human. But I'm guessing him being brought outside, he was probably exposed to it at some point.
Held the radiation, and it turned him into this specific kind of monster. But there are some supernatural and spiritual things within Fallout, so maybe...
Your son. I meant your son. Your son. No, not your dad, Sean. Okay, look, he's a fucking old man, okay? Like, your son, Sean. But he's an old man. And he's called Father. Remember, he's called Father before the big reveal.
This is some kind of possession. It's hard to say, though, because there are no correct answers as to why this happens and why it only happens in Fallout 76. It does not appear in any other Fallout game, but it appears twice in Fallout 76. There's a complete other example of someone eating human flesh and becoming a Wendigo. Another interesting thing I found was that the faction is called the Gourmands, and the White Glove Society, there is a room in there, a restaurant called the Gourmand. The White Glove Society does talk about how they originally, as a group, went by a different name and were known for eating people, but went through a kind of corporate rebrand. Maybe the Gourmands moved out west and put on weird...
What does gourmand mean? I've heard that word used before. It's definitely to do with food. A person who enjoys eating often, No, a person who enjoys eating and often eats too much.
Gourmand.
That's a new word for the vocabulary there.
Masks and gloves 175 years from now. I find this instance so interesting and different from the others because while, yes...
Okay, let's not bring the commissions into it, man. Come on.
It started as a means of survival.
Very low-hanging fruit award there. Very low-hanging fruit.
Survival. That is not why Morris continued the practice. He also wasn't looking for the most refined food in the wasteland, considering himself a
It's just a really eloquent way of being stroke. It's a really elegant way of being called a fat bastard.
Connoisseur of some kind. It seemed to me more like he lost himself. Like eating the flesh poisoned his mind and turned him into something else. In that holotape, you can hear a bit of Morris coming through, but he's quickly overtaken by the insatiable hunger, making this a...
Are you unironically using Opera GX? I just use Opera because, I don't know, I just copy Critical because he uses Opera. I wish I had a better excuse, man. I really wish I did. Thank you, Mr. Seamus. The 42 months. Who gives this guy money crying emoji? 42-month member, by the way. And you still try to roast.
Third, completely different corner in this massive world.
He has a ball peen hammer. Okay, are you telling me this Wendigo was trying to looks max? Are you telling me that down in the cave after eating people, he was like bone smashing his jaw?
I think I've always found the idea of cannibalism so scary just because that hunger comes from a real place, you know? I think as people, we can all imagine a circumstance where we are lost in the wilderness and need to do what's necessary to survive. Like, it's such an outlandish, insane thought, and yet it's so real. My favorite example is probably from the Walking Dead video game.
I remember this. Clementine can actually eat the meat if you, like, fuck it up enough, the dialogue and stuff.
Any of y'all have ever played that? There's just a bit in...
God, that is so weird seeing that game in 60 FPS, because I remember playing it on the 360.
There, where...
Oh my God, it looks so smooth. What the hell?
You meet these people who seem nice, and then they start trying to eat y'all. And that...
That's another game I got to replay at some point.
Really freaked me out as a kid. I don't know, the concept is just like...
Kenny was so mistreated, man, in Season 2. He was so mistreated. It's actually comedic.
Terrifying and fascinating to me. I also just think human nature in general is so fascinating and terrifying. Like, who are you when you're backed into a corner? What would a good man...
How is he crying and he's still mogging me, by the way? Got like oblong face. Look at that. Like, how is he he's mogging me while crying. That's insane. Look at that side profile. Look at that side profile. Like, the mog is real. I like that. Like, he's crying and I'm just like, mog. He's mogging me. He's mogging me when he's crying. Yeah, I remember I let Lee live when I played that game because I was really stupid and I thought, oh, he'll come back. He'll just chop the other arm off.
And be willing to do. Those kinds of stories have always been interesting to me, and I think Fallout has such a unique and compelling way of telling those stories. Let me know which example you like best. Was there one that was more interesting than the others to you? And was there anything from the Fallout universe about cannibalism that I ain't touch on that you wish I maybe would have? Let me know in the comments down below, and after that, click the card right here to go and watch another one of my videos. Thank you to the 25...
Yeah, I definitely check out Billsy's channel. Bisley, whoops. I really like his videos. He's actually putting out a lot of content recently as well, because he'd only upload every couple of months. But now he's uploading like what, he's doing like twice a month, which is pretty mental. I do respect the grind there, definitely. What about Nike? What's he been up to? Ah, he did the Silk Song video, that's right. Yeah.